Welcome to the world of Bangalore Watch Company. If you've just recently purchased an Apogee watch, congratulations. Today, we'll walk you through the function, care, and maintenance of your newest Apogee watch. Your Apogee watch comes with a Swiss automatic movement. It is a Sellita SW200. If you notice, it has a simple setup, 3 hands for time and a date window. There's an hour hand, minute hand, and a seconds hand, and a date window neatly tucked to the 6 o'clock position of the dial. You'll notice that the Apogee watch has 2 crowns on the right-hand side of the case body. In order to set the time and date, we will use the crown at the 4 o'clock position. When the crowns are pointing to your right, pull the 4 o'clock crown all the way out to its 3rd position. You will hear visible clicks. In the 3rd position, turn the crown counterclockwise. You will see the time moving. Set the time to your local time. Once the time is set, move the crown to its 2nd position by pushing it in 1 step. Again, you will hear a click. In the 2nd position, advance the crown clockwise. You will see the date moving in the date window of the dial. After you set the date, move the crown again by 1 more click in to its default position. In this position, wind the crown about 20 times. When you wind the crown about 20 times, you're good to go. The date change function of your Apogee watch kicks in once every 24 hours. It's usually between 10 o'clock at night and 2 o'clock in the morning. So we recommend that you do not manually change the time or date between those hours when the auto mechanism is already engaged. Your Apogee watch has a very cool dual time zone feature. To use this feature, we need 2 things. One is the operation of this crown at the 2 o'clock position, and the second is the internal rotating bezel on your watch. Notice that the internal rotating bezel has markings 1 to 12 and 13 to 24. This is a bi-directional bezel. What that means is that that bezel rotates clockwise and anti-clockwise. The default position of that bezel is always at 12:24. Now, let's assume I want to track a second time zone that's 2 hours ahead of where I am today. What I do is I use the crown at the 2 o'clock position and I turn it clockwise. When I do, the bezel moves internally. I'm going to move the bezel and set it to number 2 because I want to track a time zone that is 2 hours ahead of me. Now, I use the hour hand to read off the bezel, and I use the minute hand to read from my local dial. That gives me the reading on the target time zone. Now, if I want to read a time zone that's 2 hours behind me, I go in the opposite direction. So from the default 12, I go back by 2 hours, and now I can use this bezel to track a time zone that is 2 hours behind me. It's a really simple feature that allows us to use a 2 time zone function without the need for a GMT mechanism. Once your watch is fully wound and ready to go, it offers you a 41 hours of power reserve. You can extend this power reserve by either wearing the watch continuously on your wrist or by simply winding the crown if the watch happens to come to a stop and run out of power. Automatic watches have more than 100 moving parts. Because of the micromechanics involved, there is a risk of exposure to strong magnetic fields. Magnetic fields are all around us today, in televisions, smart home speakers, and other devices. They affect the timekeeping of your automatic watch. So we recommend that you keep your watch away from these devices and avoid exposure to any strong magnetic field. Your Apogee watch case is built for 100 meters of water tightness. This water tightness is dependent on the integrity of gaskets on the watch. These gaskets are usually inside the crowns, between the crystal and the case, and between the case back and the case. Usually 100 meters is fit for swimming or light showers. But remember that hot showers or chlorine in your pool tend to damage the integrity of these gaskets in your watch, and they will affect the water tightness rating. Remember to also always keep the crown completely pushed in and locked. Any moisture or water entry through the crowns, if they are open, will damage the mechanism of your watch. Hand sanitizers have also become indispensable after the pandemic. We've noticed that exposure to hand sanitizers sometimes deteriorate the enamel painting on the case back or cause stains on the crystals of the watch. So if you're carrying hand sanitizers, we recommend to also carry dry paper towels and wipe off any residue from your watch case or your crystal. Owning an automatic watch is just like having a nice car. It needs to be serviced from time to time. Our recommended service interval for your Apogee watch is once every 4 years. But if you're wearing your Apogee as a daily driver, we recommend that you bring it in and get an appointment for servicing even before the recommended service interval. When you're ready, give us a call, book an appointment, and enjoy your Apogee for many more years.